Another OMG there, oh my god. How fantastic was that? And a few tears in the eyes there. You can definitely see Andrea filling up. I haven't seen her cry for ages. Well done, Stuart, absolutely amazing. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to our final speech tonight, and it is with GT. But before I introduce GT, I'm hoping this is going to be good, because as Stuart said, there is some history here, going back to very, very young days. Both GT and Stuart's mum are both nurses and work together, so they've been together as friends for a long time. But GT, what I want to do is want some water and all now. We've heard the nice stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, over to Gareth. Shut up. Right. Okay, so firstly, the best man speech not about thank yous, is it? But I mean, I'm going to start with one. Just always gone, isn't he? Jason. I was going to say thanks to Jason for nicking most of my speech. Genuinely, if you've heard this before, just politely laugh for us. That'll be easier. So anyway, look, my name is Gareth, GT to most, as been introduced, and I'm here for the next 45 minutes or so, John. Just to tell you a little bit about my best mate, Stuart David Ashcroft. Hope you've been to the room, charge your glasses and sitting comfortably, as we have a lot to come. Over the past 50 years, there have been some massive highs and some very low lows. But for today, clearly, we'll only focus on the highs. To many, he's Stu. To some, Big Stu, Uncle Stu, and Dad. But to me, and lots of others, he's quite simply Ashy. Look, many stand where I am and say that they've known this person all their life. But genuinely, I have. I didn't mind all my friends back in the day. Thanks. Yeah, so you know that. Yeah, both working at Not Their Nurses and all the hay. And Lynn brought Ashley here to see me on the day I was born. Exactly 2 weeks after he was. We know that, because I'm still talking Anyway, look, Lynn tells that story way better than I do, so stick around later. My advice would be, to buy a bike first, because it could take a while. Lynn, I said earlier, you got to mention. I didn't say what it was, didn't I? Anyway, so having been friends all our lives, I was thrilled to be asked to be best man. I'll do it later. Like any big decisions in his life, actually took a while to find the right time to ask. And finally, he plumped for a pub in Nantwich after we watched a deeply forgettable non-league game. Absolute pride in being asked, tend to panic the next morning when the Moretti hangover kicked in. I'd actually have to do something. Organise a stag do. More on that later. And then there's a speech. How could I possibly find enough to say about a man in his 50s when I'm still well into my 40s? Anyway, look, I'll be honest, I started the planning with revenge in my mind. Back in 2005, another glorious Ashes summer, Ashcroft was the dubious pleasure of being my best man. And he brought with him, there was a few of you there to be fair, he brought with him a bag for life full of props, including a wig and a hairstyling hot brush. I did consider doing the same, ladies and gentlemen, I really did. But to be honest, you can't be walking into the Hope Street Hotel with a bag for life. And then I did look for suitably threadbare wigs, but they were pretty hard to find. Threadbare, I tell you. Clinging on, some might say. Anyway, having met on day one, we became thick as thieves during our time at Booker Avenue Primary School. Memories of that time are really sketchy, it had been so long ago, but we did see the start of Ashley's sporting prowess, as he captained both the school football and cricket teams. His memory of that time is aided by a photo of me wearing a hand-knitted cardigan, a fact that also came up in the aforementioned speech. Sporting prowess, coupled with being a clever so-so, meant that our paths divided at secondary school, and Ashley headed off to the famous Blue Coat School. And it was here in the sixth form, as we've heard earlier, that our happy couple first met. Now, somebody mentioned flowing locks earlier. I've written here there was a Dolph Lundgren flat top.
and the basketball vest. Having not been there at the time, I can't say whether the American job was put Andrea off, or whether it was just that she's notorious delay in making his mind up. You know, when he took another 28 years to ask Andrea out. Not bad for him, to be fair. Anyway, look, to expand on the last point, this is not a man who embraces change easily. He steadfastly refused to use new technology. When he pays a bill, he uses telephone banking, presumably because the Mersey Road branch is now shut. And look, he's the only man, and this really helps by the way, he's the only man I know who wasn't on his own WhatsApp group for the Skype team. So anyway, he leaves Andrea behind for now and continues his academic career at Loughborough University, the finest sporting university in the land that has produced Olympians. Good afternoon. 6 nation winners and world record holders. Whilst there, Ash completes the record himself. He'd been the only person to complete a 3-year sport degree without setting foot on the pitch or the track.
Sadly true.
Whilst there, we did meet a company of 2 fine gentlemen, Brendan Riley and Simon Cook, both of whom went to play sport professionally. You stand up, gents, if you don't mind, please.
I am. You know he's taking the piss.
Stay standing, please.
It was a gag.
Stay standing, please. Now, I'm not going to spoil a surprise for you, ladies and gentlemen, but one of these gents represented his country at 2 Olympics in the high jump. Such a cheap guy. Once we graduated in 1995, we both cut our teeth in the world of work by answering phones for QVC, shopping channel in the evenings. What a great job that was. This allowed us, in theory, to sort of, to look for work in the day. In theory, it was just a series of lie-ins and playing golf before the 5 p.m. start time. A few more forgettable jobs happened before Ashley pitched up at MBNA Bank in Chester, where his career started to accelerate. Speaking to some of these MBNA colleagues on a stag do, don't worry, I haven't forgotten. They paint a picture of a very organised, traditional man who would turn up in his starch white shirt. Thanks, Lynn. He would park in the same spot and then head to his favourite seat in the canteen for a relaxed 2-hour breakfast and a read of the Daily Express. As mentioned earlier, it does things at its own pace. Right, having said he does things... Having said he does things at his own pace, he did take work mornings to military levels of planning. He would set his alarm clock for random times, 6:54, 7:07, to try and kid his brain it was later than what it was. He then had the quickest shower known to man and try and get from bed to car in under 15 minutes. However, it is also true. It was this desire for efficiency that almost caused his downfall. Back in the day, he owned an old Fiesta. It wasn't a great starter in cold weather. So Ashley's brainwave was to cover the engine in with a towel overnight to keep the frost away. You can guess what's coming. And allow for a smooth run in the morning. One fateful night though, after prepping the said car, he had to head back out on an urgent errand. Annoyed at the breaking routine, Ashley headed to his car and sped off. A couple of miles down the road, smoke from the engine, not uncommon in an 80s Fiesta to be fair, turned into a full-on fire, and said car was abandoned for good, along with a perfectly good time. Back to MBA for a bit. They did give him a chance to spend 3 years in Ireland, where he had a chance to change his parking space and the seat in the canteen, go watch a bit of sport and some midweek drinking. Myself and the lads went over 3 or 4 times in that period. Can't recall the exact number, it was a bit hazy. Carrick and Shannon had 22 pubs on the high street, and every time we went over we would try and do them in a single day. We were young. The last 3 pubs were across the River Shannon, and Ashcroft, to his credit, was one of the small number who made it all the way across. To unwind from the world of work, we went embarked on a series of lads' holidays, where Ashley and I were plus side and a series of others would head abroad for a week. It started with a golf trip in Spain in 1995. We took our clubs, left them in a corner, and drank in a Scottish bar for 7 nights. Trips continued for many years, but ended in the mid-2000s as we simply couldn't cope. To be fair, Anyone who came on the stag do will know that. Simply couldn't go. The final one on the Greek Island Zante tested our friendship to the limit. We've always gotten well, but this one's got to be the farthest through. I'd caught a nasty stomach bug. Really. I'd spent 2 days in bed. The day I felt a bit better, I thought, right, okay, I'll get up and go for a bit of food. Ashley said they'd be down the strip, getting something to eat. Brilliant, I'll head up then. After a short walk, I found them in an Indian restaurant. With a massive smile on his face, he'd ordered me a prawn jalfrezi. Just what I needed. Other highlights across the years were a Greek night. We actually drank a full litre of Retsina for a bet, and we started a 100-person bread fight and we had to leave before the food even came out. We also had an afternoon's drinking with some former players from Wolves Football Club, and Ashley once got a golf putting lesson from none other than Jan Molby. Okay, since we're on the subject of foreign holidays, I'm duty bound to update you all on the stag do. The planning started with breakfast at Cooper's Knightworth Road, followed by a long walk where we put the world to rights on all manner of topics. As we parted ways on the corner of his road, he announced for his stag do he wanted to go clubbing in Ibiza. Now, my kids are in the audience today. Hello. So I can't repeat my exact answer, but let's just say it sounded a little bit like duck cough. Careful negotiations took place across the next few weeks, and we finally settled on Palma and Mallorca. It was to be a 3-night cultural trip. Fine dining, Mr. Bailey, fine dining. Sporting events and a trip on the high seas. Sounds idyllic, doesn't it? The reality was 3 English breakfasts, a couple of kebabs, 9-hole pitch and putt, and a daily for some of us in Magaluf. I am never going back there. And then on the final day, a party boat trip. Picture the scene, ladies and gentlemen. 9 over 40s, plus Dan and Ryan, thank you. Dancing on an old wooden boat to 1990s rave tunes. More of that later. On a Saturday afternoon, whilst being strangely sprayed by the staff with a series of soft drinks. It started with water and then descended to whatever came out of the gun. Coke, Fanta, the whole works. Actually probably wished I hadn't worn a white t-shirt for that trip, to be honest. With hindsight, it could have gone so wrong. But actually, we had a blast. My only regret is that Ashley and Andrea got together 28 years earlier. My hangover would not have lasted 4 days. So, anyway, fast forward a few years. In 2017, as we've discussed, Ashley and Andrea's paths crossed again, thanks to Virgin Trains, Hello Magazine and LinkedIn. I know all that detail because it was on the website, and Jason told me earlier. with Andrea fully embracing technology, unlike Ashley. Technology is not the only area she's been good for the old man. Prior to the meeting, Ashley, he would religiously shop twice a year. Marks and Spencer's for suits, shirts and work attire, and John Lewis for casual. That genuinely was it. Now he's been whipped into shape, Andrea, hasn't he? You've done a fine job there. And occasionally, he's even been spotted wearing trainers for fashion, not for sport.
Training shoes.
Indeed. Anyway, look, that is we've got food to come, so that's me, and I'm getting the hurry up. So anyway, look, a bit of sentimentality to end. So watching the families come together and Ashley and Andrea build a lovely life together has been an absolute joy. Andrea, you made my best mate a happy, smart, and just about house-trained 50-year-old. And I wish you a very long and very happy future together. On that last note, wait for it. Final time to stand, please, and raise your glasses to your bride and groom, you, Mr. and Mrs. Ashcroft.